You know that moment when you walk into a holiday party and your outfit says, I understood the assignment? That's me this year, queen. All thanks to Old Navy's The Occasion collection. The satin red bow mini dress? Stop it. Immediately added to cart. Or the tuxedo shirt with sequin shorts? It's festive, fabulous, and totally affordable. All my favorite things. Don't forget, they've got gifts too. Meanie and me looks, chic handbags, cozy Sherpa fleeces. Literally everyone's covered. Get into the holiday spirit and hit oldnavy.com to grab your look before it's gone.
You got mail.
Hi, I'm Elise Morales.
And I'm Millie Tamaris.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Millie and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can go do literally anything else with your time.
And if you like what you hear today and want to hear more, we got to Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spin-off series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. I don't even know what our Patreon episode is going to be when this comes out, but it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. Point is, things are popping on the Patreon. There's much to do, much to listen to, much to discuss, much to read.
Yeah, I'm really liking the book The Bewitching by Sylvia Moreno Garcia. It's very creepy. Someone disappears. Crazy. Speaking of crazy, don't be crazy. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and review. And cancel for using crazy. We love reviews and we need more of them. But really, the best review you can do is to tell your friends, tag us in a little story, repost it. You know we're online. That's the premise of this show.
And speaking of being online, if if hearing our voices isn't enough, if you want to see our beautiful faces, if you want to see our beautiful guests, if you want to get the full experience, see behind the scenes moments, things that were taken out because they didn't really translate to audio but are still very funny and fun. We have full episodes up on YouTube every Saturday or weekend.
Loosely. I'm working.
We're doing the best we can.
We're doing our best. Sunday-ish, Saturday-ish.
The point is, we are on YouTube, and you can go there and you can watch the episodes.
Yes.
You can watch them there.
You're going to want to watch our very special, very beautiful guests in studio. They are funny writer, stand-up, and content creator, non-derogatory, whose work has been featured as part of Netflix introducing Showcase. Everyone, give it up for Kel Cripe.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome.
Not the fist.
I had to get it up right away.
I'm scared.
And that's on branding.
Yeah.
That's some beautiful branding.
Yeah, I can never tell sometimes if people won't recognize me without it. So I just kind of have to.
Yeah, gotta cock it back.
Sometimes people, I do see them giving me like a this, and then I go,
and then they're like, wow, we're gonna have to fight.
Wow.
They're like, well, this person wants to fight.
It's a 50-50.
Yeah.
Well, don't be doing that on the streets of New York. You never know.
You never know. Someone will be like, you know what? I will fight today.
It either ends with a photo or a brawl.
Yeah. So. Hey, and that's, you know what? Love, that's still an obsession. You know, those are still strong words.
Cal, we have you here because we have you here because you're so funny and you're so wonderful and you're
here because your mom paid us $500.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mom.
We have you here because it's a play date, but you've built a very impressive following online, on social media with your stand-up clips. Just like, I didn't know, as I was watching your stuff, I was like, do I categorize these as like sketches, characters? You have a very wholesome persona online, and I'm getting a wholesome energy from you just generally.
So wholesome, so sweet. The only thing dark-sided is that Kel said that they love LA, and that's dark and sad.
No, but I did.
So,
I said,
but yes, you have a wholesome brand and persona.
Yeah. I love New York too.
Yeah.
Why do we have to pit them against each other?
Oh gosh.
Up. Okay.
I wish we could just all get along.
Says the person who cocked it.
Says the fighter.
Says the fighter and fighter. Hi, Elise, your question.
The question is, how did you get started making content for social media, and like, what is your relationship with social media like at this point?
Totally. I do feel like this is something I accidentally talk about forever. So cut me off whenever. I think it's so fascinating, but I am one of the people that graduated college right when COVID started.
Oh, you had your prom on Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they call them. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
I'm sorry, if Gen Z can call me old, I can tell you. Okay. Sorry. So,
No,
so you got your prom on, you lost your virginity on Zoom.
So,
Yeah, okay, great. Continue.
Yes, all those things. So I graduated during lockdown, and I knew that I still wanted to be like pursuing comedy. I was doing a lot of comedy, stand-up and improv in college, and making videos was kind of like the only way to like not lose my mind entirely, like stay active, stay doing something. And so I started making videos in like 2020, I guess, yeah. And my TikTok username, that's when I made it, was Really Good Impressions.
Yes.
And like for so long, my early videos were me being like here, I'll like give me a celebrity impression.
Kevin James.
This is my impression of Kevin James. Wow, it sure is cloudy today. Like they were just not good things. And I would just do that over and over again.
I'm like, no, you just did Kevin Hart. That's not
That's just because we're the same height.
Yeah.
But I was doing that, and then I just like completely dropped that bit, but kept the username, which is why it's still that.
Yeah, wonderful.
And then I developed like a bit of a following on there, but I was like so scared to post on Instagram. And then finally, I was like, how do I expect to grow if I'm not really like going places or like doing stuff? Like this is a way to, oh my gosh, go places while staying at home.
Wow.
That is
the name of the game during that time.
That was on many ads along with unprecedented times.
And so then I didn't start because I was also doing stand up, and I have my sketch group Babe Motel. I like try to stay so active with stuff. I like wrote a play directed by Chris Fleming. Shout out.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love doing that, and then I was like, gosh, I just have to do these front-facing videos, don't I? I just have to start doing it.
I haven't buckled yet, but I do have that conversation every month.
And then I had my Netflix introducing set and kind of had like a really rough internet reaction to it.
Wow.
That made me kind of want to not be like public and like do this stuff, but instead my beautiful girlfriend was so supportive through that time, and I was like, I'm gonna just start posting on Instagram and try to start doing this more intentionally. And it was like one of my first videos back, and we made Scram. Scram! Leave her alone. She doesn't want to talk to you. Get out of here.
Okay.
And like one take. Just like, oh, this is like something we'd always say to each other. Like if someone hurt our feelings or something, she was actually the one that'd go, tell him to scram. And I was like, that'd be a funny video. We recorded it one take, and then it like changed my life. And then now I've got the bug, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that is it, where it's like you get one that goes really well, and it's like, oh, I guess I could keep posting.
Yeah.
I guess.
And it's so fun. And so it's like, yeah, I don't know. Now it's like what I feel like. This isn't actually important. We can cut that.
You can share.
It leads right into the second question.
So speaking of your wholesome persona, again, like, let's talk about Scram. Let's get into it. Look, I'm scared. I'm scared. I pissed myself.
What do you want to say about it?
I got a really good impression of that.
Hey.
Your Scram video I can't believe that was only a year ago.
Yeah.
And it has over 9 million views. Does that even account for all the time the sound's been used? Like, we can't even track that.
No.
So it's like, how does it feel like for something to pop off the way you said it changed your life, but like, how? And like, also, what I'm curious about what the reaction was on the Netflix thing, because like sometimes these things feel so huge to us, and then like people don't remember. Like,
it was. I think I just like when that set came out, I had like 5,000 followers, which nothing wrong with that. But I didn't have like my own audience really built up. And I think I'm just like a pretty easy target, like online. I like, especially just in popular comedy spaces, being like a queer trans person, like who also like my
for Donald Trump,
like my stand up also isn't super traditional. Like it's a little odd and weird, and it's like so like I just had so much negativity coming my way.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
Basically, I thought I chose the most like palatable clip from my set, which I say nothing about gender, sexuality, anything in my set, but they all made it about that. I just gotta say, they'll just say we make it about everything. I'm like, I didn't do that. You guys did that anyways.
Yeah. No, that's fucking fair.
And in the
beat
clip,
all of their asses. Tell them to scram.
But in the video, I say, I'm a pretty earnest guy, not thinking anything by that. Like, I just, in the way I say that. And it was like hundreds of comments and messages of people being like, you will never be a guy.
Oh,
like this.
No one even wants to be a guy
I know.
these days. It's actually humiliating.
It was just so crazy, and it really made me sad. And then what was so funny was kind of similarly, when I first posted Scram, the reaction was not very positive. Like, it was a lot of people not seeing it as a joke, and like so many people calling me so many names, like making fun of me, to the point where like every morning my girlfriend would watch me like open my phone and just like panicked look through everything. And then what changed my life, big shout out here, when it switched was SZA reposted it on her story.
Oh, cute.
And as soon as SZA shared it, suddenly it like started blowing up. It found its way to like the right audience. And then people like saw it as like this sweet joke it was supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then it just started getting bigger. And all of a sudden it went from me being like so sad about like almost deleting it to like it started going big. And then someone else made the CapCut template.
Yes.
So I didn't have any control over that. I didn't like see anything from it necessarily. But it was so cool. Like, it was like, whoa, this is nuts. And I just forever feel grateful for making videos online for 5 years. I've just experienced so much negativity that when I saw Scram genuinely being used wholesomely, and for people to like genuinely, like, I saw even like someone on Dancing with the Stars a couple weeks ago used the sound.
Really?
Wow.
Oh
and
my God.
Hilaria Baldwin.
Yeah. Oh no. I know. I was like, I didn't know who did it.
Yeah.
People were like, hell, they use Scram on.
It was Hilaria. No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
Oh, you know,
She was on this latest season.
But I think she was removed pretally quickly because she's been very upset about that.
Yeah, but she's not you know, it could be a couple weeks ago. I'm sorry. I also am just like, you know, I think that what you brought to the forefront too is that like in LA or in whatever comedy circles you're in, like there is experimentation with stand-up as a form, and in like different markets and stuff, there are people who are hungry for not like the whole traditional thing, but like that's what happens when you like posting now, like you don't control who it sees it or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like it going viral in a bad way can also make it go viral in a good way.
Yeah.
And also I thought people were I was like, oh, did people like, again, we're expecting a traditional stand-up where someone talks about how ugly their wife is. And then they see you, but then it's like, oh, the transphobic stuff's like, oh, that's boring.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you guys were gonna critique about comedy and how whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's so weird. Like, so many people, mad respect to them, who are like, if they start getting hate, who are like, you're just paying my bills. Like, you're adding more comments. I am so not that.
I'm very sensitive.
I'm so sensitive, and it's really hard to be a really sensitive person on the internet.
My bio on everything is please be nice to me, because I'm like, I actually am not good at handling that. And,
me neither. Yeah, it makes me like pause from posting.
Yeah. And like, it's interesting to hear you talk about that, like Scram initially got this also negative reaction from the same people, because I wonder if, because the initial stand-up clip, the people who engaged with that are probably the first people who got Scram, because that's how the algorithm works. So it's like they were feeding you to your haters, but now your haters are your waiters at the table of success.
Hey! Once again.
That's so funny.
Once again, I was saying this in Chicago, right? Where I was out of town. And I turned to someone, and I was just thinking, and I was obviously a little high. I was thinking like, wow, it's so beautiful that, this is a separate tangent. So beautiful that in New York City in 2025, like our mayor's this 34-year-old Muslim democratic socialist. Like anything can happen in New York. Like anything, like one day the Twin Tower, and then it goes into the Eric Adams quote.
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open.
That's New York, baby. And it's like, it's true though. I understand what he means.
Yeah.
This is the city that anything can happen. Eric Adams, you were right.
I mean,
don't clip that.
No, I mean, I say my haters will be my waiters at the table of success now constantly.
Because that was hitting. I'm sorry.
I know is all my haters become my waiters when I sit down at the table of success.
That's so funny. But honestly, the advice I have to a lot of people pushing through that, like if you get in a really bad pocket online, my friend, shout out Maddie Hart, also a content creator,
non-derogatory,
and a great pal, was the one that just told me like block and move on, because like the algorithm doesn't recognize if someone is watching your video spitefully or positively. So if it gets on the like alt-right incel-y line, every time you block and cut someone out, you cut off one algorithm it can go to. And I literally think I have thousands of people blocked. I'm like a one strike, you're out
I'm an
kind of
idiot
person. And then now because of that though, like I feel every single day I still hold my breath when I post a video. And it's for so like a while now been such kind people. And I like every day genuinely feel so grateful that I literally feel like I crawled through like fire.
Truly. I know.
And I know, not to be like so cheesy, but I know that
it's beautiful. Part of your wholesome brand. Except for you
and now
to punch me 4 times.
And now you will have Grass Nation, our wonderful fans who are so kind. Grass Nation will also be...
Shout out Grass Nation.
Shout out Grass Nation always.
Nation.
All right. I think it's time for us to get into our discourse
Let's
for
do
today. So as we mentioned, this is like a little bit of a banked episode.
Yeah.
Kel is in town for New York Comedy Fest. We said we got to get him on. And then, we have to slot it in with the holidays and all this stuff. So we're recording maybe like 2 weeks before this episode's going to come out.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I chose more of an evergreen discourse. It's been a while since a cut article has been our discourse, but it happens.
Yeah. Well, the cut, I feel like, is shade room for...
people who wear glasses?
Well, I was going to say people with liberal arts degrees, but also wear glasses. Also,
do we all have that?
I think Alex might be in international relations.
Yeah, but that's still a liberal arts
degree.
Oh,
is it?
I guess it's technically like poli-sci, but no, it's still in the...
Poly.
It doesn't
matter. I didn't know you were poly.
Oh, God. See, trying to infect us with the LA. No, we're squarely in Bushwick.
I'm truly the most monogamous person, I think, so no worries.
You dropped your girlfriend 15 times.
Yeah, that tends to happen.
In the 10 minutes we recorded.
I just love that girl. She's love my life.
And you gotta get away. Get away from her.
Leave her alone.
Full disclosure, I said, Kel, you need to dump your girlfriend because she wasn't on board with the Android transition. And I'm like, you gotta be with someone.
She just wanted the Android transition to be mindful.
Yeah, she's pro me getting the phone. I basically, there's just like really cool Android phone.
Yeah, that I have.
Yep. And I saw it and I go, I'm going to buy that and change my whole life right now. And she was just like, let's take a beat.
Yeah. Well.
And that's why you don't want me to be with her now.
I don't think we need.
I was planning on marrying her my days till we're old together. But
I don't know about the Android thing.
Speaking of something that people are getting married to, we're talking about ChatGPT today.
And that's on Segway.
Yeah, and
that's on Segway. You have no idea how crazy the Segway is.
We work hard on our segues, but we also use our improv for our segues. They come to us in sort of a magical way.
And that's on your sand.
I
was going to say that.
Clock it.
So today's discourse is based on an article in The Cut by Michelle Santiago Cortez called "The Killjoy in the Machine: Why Do So Many People Use AI to Cheat at Fun?" So to start us off, I wanted to just ask, and this is a space of no judgment.
No judgment.
No judgment at all. What is everyone's relationship to ChatGPT here?
I was saying this to some people. I use it as like kind of like a spell check.
Yeah.
Like I write my things and then it reformats it for me. Like I'm not using it. I'm not saying like draft something, whatever. Some people have reservations about that.
Isn't Grammarly?
That's basically what Grammarly is, but Grammarly will do it sentence by sentence. And if you put it, copy and paste everything, and then it's also you have to pay. And it does it sentence by sentence. And with ChatGPT, like you can copy and paste the whole thing, and it like edits the whole thing.
Okay.
I use it. Well, okay. I'll use it for a couple of things. Number one,
To fuck.
Number one, I'm getting married to it, and it's my boyfriend. So I use it for love.
This crisis is going to solve itself.
So number one, I'm sleeping with it.
Yeah.
But I use it for, I'm like a freelancer and do copywriting stuff. So I'm always applying to jobs. They all require a bespoke cover letter. I'm
that.
just like,
I'm not ready.
And they're using AI to reject my job applications. So
that's why AI reject each other.
Yeah, no one's even talking to
exactly.
them.
I'm like, their AI can talk to my AI and we can figure out if you want to hire me.
That's the world we live in,
etc. I also I put all of my skincare products into it and it told me what order to use them in.
Whoa. Yeah.
Very helpful. And one time I asked it if my boots went with my dress and it said yes.
How would it know?
I sent a picture. I put a picture and said the boots go with the dress.
It's not a sentient person. It's literally just like can look up Reddit really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And like look up whatever things and model it. It's a model.
I will say I do use
you fuck
Reddit.
ChatGPT.
No. Guys, we're all fucking it,
No.
okay?
We're all fucking it. No, not
me.
Not business.
Kel loves their girlfriend.
Not me. Yeah, I love my girlfriend.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Let's get the counter going.
Last time we get a person on our podcast. Every time.
I know.
Every sapphic person we get. Always.
You gotta try it. You gotta try it. It's the best. Everyone's gotta try it.
Like, this sounds like Mormonism to me because I'm sorry, I'm straight. We're used to a little bit of resentment in our romantic relationship.
Could not be me. I was gonna say that I do feel like I would suggest people try instead of typing their question to ChatGPT, type your question into Google and then just type Reddit, and then you'll get human answers.
Well, it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
I guess what you're like, it just does it faster for you.
It does it faster, and exactly. No, it's the same thing as Reddit. Yeah,
I do it mainly with cat questions.
Oh,
is this okay with my cat? Reddit, and then it's like a bunch of people going like, and then what's so funny about it is it's like people telling you both things.
Exactly.
Worst case scenario.
ChatGPT makes a decision. One time I was telling Elise, I was under a full moon. I was whatever. With all my friends, we had a fire outside in Bed-Stuy, whatever. And I'm like, we should do some kind of spell. And I went, and then they're like, look up on Reddit for a spell. And then I went on a thread, and it was every witch in America arguing with each other about if you should use someone else's spells, what makes a real witch, whatever. But on Pinterest, that shit came out real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying chat would have had a spell already.
Chat would have sorted through all of that and said, here's the spell.
Here's the spell.
I'm such a a rule follower.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't ever want to make anyone upset with me. So I feel like it's like big no off limit.
So you don't fuck with chat.
That's fair.
Mm-mm.
That's good. But that's why it's like
that's
space of no judgment.
There's a space of no judgment. I see both, I see both sides.
And I did break the rules once, like quietly, like no one's home.
And then you fucked ChatGPT.
No, no, but I feel like I've been on my like health journey for a while, and I saw I've considered paying people so much for help, and then I was like, oh, maybe I could insert can you make me a meal plan? And then it just immediately was like, not good. And so I was like, what am I doing? I can just do this myself.
Well, you do have to double check everything that it puts in. The one other thing that I used it for was when I went on a solo journey to Japan, my woman's journey. And it was actually very helpful in terms of sometimes I would have questions literally about where am I supposed to be in this train station, or how does this train work? And it would very quickly do the Reddit thing of yes, it was ultimately pulling from Reddit threads, but I was
it's just Reddit.
I was
That's what it is.
In the moment.
Reddit, Yahoo, all of that.
I was in the moment in these train stations, and I was like, I don't actually have time. I need to get on this train, and I need to figure out where it is. And it was helpful. It was helpful.
And it is good for this is not a ChatGPT ad.
No.
They're very evil. They're ruining everything. But I have used it for travel, and it is good for travel of hey, I really want to have some kind of beach vacation, and this is my budget. What are some options? And then it gives you a chart of option A, option B, and it kind of shows the range of how much you would pay for a ticket.
Interesting.
It looks it up on JetBlue, on Delta, and makes a little plan for you. Is it better to fly Spirit? Is it better to fly Delta?
By the way, I flew Spirit recently.
Spirit is my ministry.
Spirit is okay. You totally Googled us.
I swear I didn't.
That was at least a subway take.
And Android was her
and
subway
Android
take.
was my subway take.
Okay. That seems like too on the nose, but I think we just are friends.
Yeah. We're just friends.
I know.
Because I just flew for the first time, and it was actually...
For the first time ever?
No, like in a long time.
Okay.
Because my memory of it was that
Because
it
you
was
love LA so much, and that's
I
why you're
don't
dark-sided.
leave.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, continue.
No,
So
but
you
I flew it and I
fucked
paid for the, like...
ChatGPT on Spirit.
The premium economy, which was still less than like a standard ticket on like any other airline.
Yeah.
I had the most legroom I'd had.
I'm upgrading to the big blue seat.
Yeah.
I'm in the big blue seat. So
it was just wilder. I was like, whoa, they're kind of back on the map.
They are. They are.
I don't know, guys. You're talking to somebody who grew up in South Florida, who's from the Caribbean, and like I have so many. So every Christmas and New Year's, all my holidays, we would just go to Dominican Republic because it was like a 2-hour flight, an hour and a half from Miami. And I'm telling you, every family vacation where I'm going 5-6 people deep, and my mom is bringing multiple suitcases with like rice and electronics and toothpaste in Spirit, and we're like, people are late. I just have so much trauma
from
Spirit because Spirit, how they get a lot of Caribbean families is they're like $20 each way, $29 each way, $99 each way, or whatever. For a family of 6, you're like, great, but
a trip.
God help you
if
you're going with 6 broke ass people to Dominican Republic
suitcases of
and suitcases of rice and TSA, and my mom's putting the 20 pounds in my bag. So to like customs is opening. I can seeing rice, and I'm like,
oh my god.
So I'm just like, Delta, please, Delta.
Something that I'm often thinking about is we went for Millie's birthday. We went to Atlantic City, and you had a friend who flew the new Spirit route that is direct from Orlando.
No, Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Fort Lauderdale to Atlantic City. They have a direct flight, and I said, "That's Spirit. That's a cursed flight."
Everyone on the flight's crazy.
I said that is a crazy route to be on.
Okay, one last thing about Spirit, and just a thing that you guys know culturally, which I think, again, I'm biased because I am Dominican, but also culturally, when you fly a plane to the Dominican Republic, when the plane lands, the whole airplane claps. Mm-hmm. You have to clap. And I like that. And I think that we should all do that because it's a fucking miracle.
It's a miracle. Yeah.
These days, you gotta clap.
You gotta clap. You gotta clap when you land, and you gotta clap when Nicole Kidman steps her foot in that puddle.
Absolutely.
What specific? I don't know what you're talking
the
about.
AMC ad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
You're like, what?
Oh, I stand up. That's my national
I'm fully
anthem.
standing.
Yeah, I watched one time when I saw that commercial before M3gan won.
Mm-hmm.
Megan.
Oh, M3gan won.
M3gan won.
M3gan won.
Yeah, M3gan won. Megan. Because now it's 2.0.
Yeah, no, now we've got M2gan.
M2gan reloaded, whatever.
M3gan one, here we two again.
Yeah, yes.
Here we two
and that is the title.
Electric Boogaloo. We're never getting into.
We're never getting to the discourse.
No,
okay. We're gonna do it. Okay.
Comment.
The point is, Kel's not using chat. We're using chat perfectly. We're gonna talk now about people who aren't using it right.
Okay. Again, a segue.
Exactly. So this article, the main thesis of this article is essentially like, it's one thing to use ChatGPT perfectly, as Millie and I are using it.
Perfectly.
For stuff that is like not fun, tedious, informational gathering, but it's another to use it for your actual leisure activities. And that's basically the focus of this article. So it starts off with a story from this. It's like a Wisconsin art school student named Betty who works at an escape room. And she starts talking about how she started noticing. And she noticed one group in particular of like 20-somethings who come into the escape room. You're paying like $100 for the escape room. And then when they can't figure it out, they're like, I'm just going to ask ChatGPT.
No.
And which...
What's the point of going anywhere?
That's basically the whole thing. So like this is a quote from the article. Are you serious, Betty thought?
Are you serious?
It's over $100 for a group that big. So if you're spending a lot of money to get to this place where the entire point of going is to try doing things on your own, It's Betty's job to offer clues to help players through the game. And unlike ChatGPT, she's seen the room with her own eyes.
That's so funny.
The group was asking what to do with this magnet, which is really weird because you'd think you'd be able to deduce that, Betty continued. Unsurprisingly, ChatGPT's response proved useless. The team did not end up escaping in time.
Oh my God.
So funny. Oh no, but also sad and scary.
Yeah, no, we're cooked.
It's like the point, and I'm not an escape room person. I've actually never done an IRL escape
I did
room.
one.
How was
for
it?
like
I
a work
feel you
bonding.
getting really overwhelmed by that.
Okay, you looked me up.
Yeah. No, I could
You
tell.
know I get overwhelmed easily.
Yeah.
No,
You got very overwhelmed. I could tell that tears were about to come out at the.
It was definitely. I get weirdly also like, but if I'm in like a team sport, which I know escape room probably isn't a sport, but it feels like it.
It has the energy of the sport.
It's a team game, yeah.
It has the energy of a sport of like a winner and a loser. I turn so competitive not because I want to win, but because I really don't want to be the reason we lose.
Yeah, that's so real.
Like
that's
I don't want to be
real.
the one that let us down, so I put too much pressure on myself to perform well.
Yeah,
and I think we made our way out, but I think there are times it's hard in an escape room where like you don't know if you're supposed to like really yank something or if it's supposed to be there. Like I feel like I accidentally might have broken a few things and didn't tell anyone.
Wow, so much anger from you.
It's pent up.
Maybe if you asked ChatGPT what to do.
Yeah.
I feel like it would be really fun to do an escape room. I'm not above it. It's just not something that like I couldn't convince about. I bet you if I told a bunch of people to let's meet up, but it's just something that I haven't done. It's kind of like a variation of a board game night, I assume.
Yeah.
And you're doing all these tasks together and you're working as a group. So it is weird to like, and also like,
ask
isn't
ChatGPT.
it like put this key and stuff? Like, isn't there like physical
Yeah,
stuff?
that's what I was saying. There's physical stuff and you don't know if you're like, because sometimes you're just doing something wrong, but you're like breaking it. But I do think in like a couple years, the new escape rooms will just be like you on a couch on your phone, and it's like get off the phone and walk out the door.
Yeah,
and that's gonna be like how
Pokemon go to the polls.
Pokemon go to the polls.
in a way, it's kind of Pokemon go to the polls.
Pokemon
and
go
it
to the
always
polls.
comes back to Pokemon go to the polls.
But guess what? People didn't go to the polls.
Yeah,
and now we got.
now we got all kinds of problems.
Yeah, I know. Guess if we didn't Pokemon, guess we were like Pokemon go to the polls.
But it is like, it's a strange thing to outsource where the point of the activity is for you as a group to try to use your big, beautiful brain to deduce something.
And then like looking it up is that's so sad. I don't even know how you would be like, what would you write?
Well, sometimes there's riddles like where it's black and white and red all over.
Newspaper.
Yeah, exactly. But
or penguin in a blender. Sorry.
You're so dark side.
I know.
Wow. I did not
Oh my
expect, but
God.
there's a glimpse of darkness that I'm like, wow. It's probably because you have an iPhone.
No.
Mhm.
Honestly,
That's the
probably
iPhone.
is.
Cal's like gonna yell at their manager like, why'd you take me to this Hillary Clinton loving ChatGPT fangirl podcast?
They told me to break up with my girlfriend.
They're bullying me.
They told me to use ChatGPT.
This is the actually Republican conversion therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, the people who were hating on you, they actually booked you on this podcast.
You were all those
Your
comments
haters are your bookers in the table of success.
on the podcast.
Of success.
On the podcast.
Okay, so it starts with this escape room thing in the article, but it goes on to talk about like people are now using it at trivia night, which completely
that's cheating. That's just
cheating. But then they were saying that like it's not even just the people participating in trivia night; it's the people who are writing the questions, and then ChatGPT is actually wrong.
Yeah,
so
they're
then
wrong.
the entire trivia night is wrong because they used ChatGPT to generate the entire trivia night, and it was wrong.
This is why I just bought a physical Sudoku book.
Yeah.
Because you have to use your brain.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's just like, what are we doing? It makes me
I
so
said to write trivia. I don't think that's gonna help.
Mhm.
My trivia night is like, so what number goes in this box?
I feel like I feel like if I was a substitute teacher, that would be things I would do.
Yeah.
It's be like,
Math
watch
is trivia.
me play.
But we
Watch me
really,
play.
we have to use our brains.
Yes.
It's like a, is it a muscle? See, I don't even know.
It's
I'm not
an
using my
organ.
brain enough
Let me
to
ask
know.
Chat.
No. But you really why host a trivia night if you don't know question or not even just host it, but like why put one together?
Right.
I don't think you're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, it's such a strange, like it is just such a question of like, what is the motivation? Because my feeling is like the motivation to do an escape room is to try and figure it out and have fun with a group of people. So if you're trying to outsource it to chat, like, why are you doing that? The point of a trivia night is to see what you know.
Yeah.
And so
that's why I don't do trivia. I don't know a lot of things.
Yeah. Well, here's my question. I was on Zoran Mandani's Hinge last night. And
sorry, what?
Zoran Mandani's Hinge.
You were on it?
No, we're just saying Hinge is
famous,
made famous by Zoran Mandani because
I see.
He met his wife.
Yeah, like Beyonce's internet.
I met my
Beyonce's
girlfriend on Hinge too.
Wow.
Kel and Zoran's Hinge.
Hinge.
And there's a guy who's like, you should not go out with me. And then it said, if you like answering questions, write a trivia because I'm just there to have fun. I swiped left because I'm like, well, no, I don't want to.
That is a no?
Yes, I'm like,
I'm
I
nodding
don't
my
want
head.
to go to trivia and be wrong. What the
I'm
fuck?
nodding my head. I go, honest king. Honest king.
Like, I don't want to do this.
This is just something I'm back on dating apps now after like having been married. That's my lore. But I've noticed that there's so many people who have like a combative nature where they're like, don't even talk to me if you're not willing. And I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Anytime a guy says, I don't want any drama, I'm like, this is the most dramatic man. It's like when I meet a man named Angel, when I meet, like, everything is just like, the prophecy fulfills itself.
You meet a man named Angel, yeah, he's got a little devil in him.
Yeah. And that's when Kel's changing their name to Angel.
There's just like so many profiles that it's someone with like such a combative nature where they're just like, listen, don't swipe right if you're a fake or a phony. And I'm like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not a fake or a phony, but I'm also not contacting you because you don't seem very nice. I'm like, you're scaring me.
Yeah, let's not
You're
leave
scaring
with
the
all.
hoes with your combative nature. You're scaring the hoes.
We don't
and
have
you're
to.
scaring the hoes by saying you'll get it wrong on. Okay, I feel like if it says I use ChatGPT to answer everything right on trivia, and I'm gonna get everything wrong on trivia. I'd rather that I'm gonna get everything wrong on trivia, but I'm not gonna go for that.
Do you do trivia a lot? Like, are you good at it?
No.
So why not go?
But then if I do go, I want to do good or like try. This guy's like, I just like to go and like not be good, and I'm like, that sounds bad.
I think, but to me, in the
You
age
go to
of
trivia every week to lose.
But he's not saying I go to lose. I go to not be competitive about it and like be present where I'm like in this age of, like you said, of if the options are someone like using their phone for every trivia answer, you'd rather be with the guy who's getting it wrong but having a good time.
I guess that's true if those are my two options. Okay, here, I want to give another example from this article. Yeah. There was another story about a 40-year-old man named David who's using...
Damn, end of story. Whoa.
He's cooked.
He's cooked. Chopped. Flopped.
You know when men hit a wall.
But he was using ChatGPT to be his book club partner. So, like, he would read a book and then discuss the book with ChatGPT, which is also, I think, defeats the purpose of a book club in a variety of ways. Yeah. Number one, it would just always agree with him. So it would be like, I think this about the book. And his chat's like, you're right. That's great.
It makes me so sad.
And then also,
David.
It ended up spoiling the book for him because he was like, I really like this character. And ChatGPT was like, yeah, that's why it's so sad when in book 3, that character dies.
What's the book, Harry Potter?
He was like, I love Sirius. Anyway.
Spoiler.
Another example from the article is that apparently the subreddit r crochet has been inundated with AI generated images of fake projects that like can't be replicated.
Wow.
So now the mods had to step in and be like, we can't even talk about AI anymore in the subreddit. We're going to try to remove anything that's AI, but we can't have AI discussions anymore because the entire page went from being wholesome people talking about different crochet patterns to everyone accusing everyone of using AI and like trying to figure out what is AI and then like fighting about AI.
So somebody would post on Reddit, be like, look at this blanket I crocheted, but it was actually a ChatGPT generated crochet blanket.
Yeah.
They didn't actually, so stolen valor.
Yeah.
Stolen valor. Wow.
And
that's
I think
fucked up.
even worse, or like worse for the purposes of this subreddit, is that it's actually not something you can make. Like it would look like this amazing project and you're like, oh my God, how do I make that? And it's like, you can't. ChatGPT generated it.
And that sounds like such a safe place before that.
I
Like
know.
just people talking about crocheting.
I bet you it gets racist with our crochet. Our crochet. First of all, I don't know what this shit is going on in LA. New York City, you get into any subculture deep enough, it gets anti-vax. Second of all, there's probably crazy shit going on. It's the safest, most like clean subreddits that immediately have so much drama.
Yeah, I guess like wholesome subreddit is probably an oxymoron.
Yeah.
But okay,
let me look up what oxymoron means.
In the world,
it's like jumbo shrimp.
I know what oxymoron is. Jumbo shrimp, yeah.
In the world of like things that are meant to be wholesome that could also veer into anti-vax content very quickly, Pinterest is now inundated with AI content, and it's becoming a really big problem because they're trying to figure out how to like label AI images, but it's not great at catching them. So then sometimes someone's original stuff gets labeled AI and other stuff doesn't get caught. And it's a big problem because same as this crochet subreddit, people go on there because they want to be able to like replicate a DIY project, replicate a hairstyle, replicate a makeup look. And if it's actually fake and wasn't actually made by humans, then the point of being there has been undermined.
So I'm on Pinterest a lot because that like, honestly, since Donald Trump became president again, my life's been perfect. No, I've been smoking weed a lot more and I've been going on Pinterest because I'm like, I do have that, like, I am like a baby with a pacifier. I need to scroll, but I don't want to be like, fuck you, Chuck Schumer, and you gorilla, like all that shit that I see on everything. I just want like calm images and stuff, or like some recipes or something else, or decoration inspo. And what like specifically, there's a cheesecake protein. Okay, they put all these like recipes, and one of them is like you take a cup of Greek yogurt and you put like some Jell-O, like the Jell-O cheesecake like mix in it with some strawberries or something, and it's supposed to be like a protein forward cheesecake tasting thing, right? There's shit like that, not necessarily that, but after every recipe like that, I was looking, I'm like, oh, interesting. And then the comments are like, I made this. This shit is AI. This shit tastes nasty. This is so it's like, oh my God, they're AI generating like SEO click words because everyone's into protein. So they're just making up fake things that they know will get a lot of clicks. And then people are commenting like, don't make this. Wow. This is nasty. This is AI, whatever. And it's like, can't even trust Pinterest.
It makes me so sad, that like now social media is, I get so frustrated sometimes when I'm scrolling and it's ad. And then, like a political current event that just makes me sad and scared. And then I'm like, what am I doing on here? Why can I not get off? But I did. Do you guys know Jared Goldstein?
Yes.
He made that video that was like the first thing that gave me hope. I think it was him that was like, my vision for this, how this is going to keep going, is it's going to become so indecipherable what is AI and what is real that it will like render it useless.
Yeah,
like social media and the internet uses, where we'll finally, because it's so indecipherable,
go
put it
grass.
down. Literally go touch grass. Go start talking to each other again. And I'm like, that's the first take I've heard that's given me hope with all this, because I'm like, oh my God, what are we doing? And so many of the things people are using it for already exists, and it's just being packaged to them like it's this new thing. Like just in terms of like the ways it's helping you faster is like, or the book club thing makes me really
I know the book club thing actually really made me sad. I was like, no, the point is for you to talk about it with other people.
The book thing is sad. Yeah.
David,
David.
And that's why he should be in the Grass Nation book club. He should be subscribed to our Patreon. We would talk to him about the book.
Yeah, the idea of if we're all so infuriated about these stories is like, let's go talk to each other again then. It's really like, it's so...
Well, don't talk to Kel's girlfriend.
Not my girlfriend.
Yeah,
leave her alone.
Okay, but this does
She doesn't want to talk to you.
This does segue well into this kind of like final point, which I do feel like is maybe more hopeful. I mean, not for OpenAI, but so the most comprehensive study on ChatGPT from the MIT Media Lab project NANDA.
Nerds.
95% of companies that invested in generative AI to boost earnings and productivity have zero gains to show for it.
Good.
Like, it's not working. And it turns out that AI is very bad at most jobs. So now, people, I think some of this like pivot to people using it for leisure activities is people are starting to be like, okay, well, you can't actually trust it to do your job for you. Mm-hmm. So now maybe I'm going to use it in an escape room. Oh, it actually can't solve the escape room.
It's not doing this.
Yeah, like it can't actually do any of that. And Millie and I actually talked about this separately weeks ago. You sent me a video about it and I like couldn't find it or whatever, but it's like, so OpenAI and Grok have announced that they're going to allow adults to like do erotica with it now. You can have like sexual chats with it, which at first I was like, oh my God. And I don't think that that's good, but.
You tried it and you liked it.
But it knows what I like.
Yeah, so what are
because you inputted it.
But it's really thoughtful. But one of the like kind of larger arguments people are making is that it's like, for them to pivot to porn, basically, shows that like they're desperate. This thing isn't really working in the way that they thought that it was going to. Obviously, like AI is going to exist in some way. It's going to be integrated into different things. People like it's going to exist. But the fact, this idea that it's going to take over everything and that it's going to be good at everything and it can completely, do everything that humans have done, it's already not really panning out. And apparently OpenAI's revenue is growing, but it's actually never been profitable. And a lot of people say that we're about to see the AI bubble burst already.
Well, it's so interesting. Yeah, I remember also seeing a video online. I might poorly paraphrase it, but kind of like, we need to stop, like, tell me if you guys saw this video. It was like AI isn't real. We use the term AI to make it seem like it's this like amorphous like thing that's existing, that's inevitable, that we can't avoid, but it's companies. It's like what it is when we talk about AI is ChatGPT, OpenAI, it's like Grok, all these things. It's like it's like it's not this like villain we can't see. It's like a fallible thing that can fall apart and doesn't have to be implemented into our lives. And I feel like we used to, like, with any slight technological change, people would be like, oh my God, it's Black Mirror in real life. I'm scared. I hate it. And now I'm kind of like wanting that like oh no, it's Black Mirror take to come back, because it actually at least made us put a distance up to it and like almost like make fun of it kind of.
Yeah.
And right now it is just that like helplessness of like, well, there's nothing we can do. And honestly, I feel like Sauron's win was like the first time I started to feel like, wait, we don't have to just let things like there is hope, we can do it. Like Sauron can be mayor and AI can be bad.
Yeah, and like anything can happen in New York City.
Anything can happen.
I'll just say, like, I think that AI as a tool, it has made some, again, very tedious tasks. Like for me personally, like I didn't grow up in a family that like sent emails or like, it's just good. It gives me that like check of like, let me make sure that this email, it makes sense before I like send it out. So I feel like it's just going to be like another tool that people are going to use. And also, like, I'm a writer for a site that bans AI. If they catch you using AI to write your articles, you get fired. But like when I'm doing research, it is like when you type in anything, you can't even say, don't use ChatGPT, use Google, because Google uses ChatGPT.
Yeah.
I mean, Google doesn't use ChatGPT, it uses AI. But what I do is I look at the aggregated information, and then you can click on individual links and then just double check. And it does have incorrect information. So it's like not whatever. But with the AI thing, like right now, we're in an interesting moment because there's all this investment and all this promise, and all these layoffs are happening because supposedly AI can get rid of or can like do the job of thousands or something. But we're finding out that's not true. You still need humans to double check it. And also, like, if you actually look at, and I know what video you're talking about. It's by Kai Cantrell, who's like one of my favorite. She's like a business and she has a master's in business, but also like uses literary theory and like Macbeth to analyze Elon Musk's psyche. It's crazy. So what you find is that NVIDIA, which is the chip that most AI companies use, it can be only sent in the United States, all this stuff. Anyway, all these companies are sending each other money and buying each other and all this stuff. So it's like AI invests $5 billion in this company that also buy AI or OpenAI for $100 billion. And also this, so they're also, that bubble's about to break, but they're still like building data centers and all this stuff. But yeah, I think like a lot can be done on like us making sure we're going into analog stuff, like, you know, and embracing time. And like, maybe you ask your friends to do a book club or this and that or whatever.
Let your friends spoil the book for you.
Yeah. And get mad at your friends.
Yeah, exactly. Get mad. Tell your friends to scram.
Tell your friends to scram.
What I do feel like what we need, though, in terms of like helping with the tedious stuff is like, because that is like an everyday someone trying to use it who like genuinely like, I hear what you're saying, like, of the email thing, and it reminds me of, I saw another video. Also, I'm, like, my research is, like, one TikTok video weeks ago, so I could be wrong about everything. But, like, was the guy that made VLC Player made it completely free, and he, like, has refused to ever make it cost people money, like, on, like, and things that didn't exist to stream videos on your computer. Like, he made this software, and everyone told him he could be like the richest man in the world. And he was like, no, people should have the right to have this. And now it's like on 1 billion computers or something. And so I feel like within the positive uses of it, it just needs to get out of these scary tech bro hands.
Well, yeah, it's like, I'm not fucking with Grok.
Like, it needs like someone like an altruistic person. Yeah.
That's how OpenAI started. It was run by a nonprofit, and then they
well, not nonprofit. Nonprofits are shady, honestly. But it's like a guy who's like I used to work for a man. I used to work. No. Wait, no. Oh shoot, that was some internalized stuff. That was some internalized stuff. I'm dumb.
Yeah. Well, no, it's the LA. It's the dark side. It's the iPhone.
I used to work for a flower shop, and it was so interesting that there was like a monopoly of like 1-800-Flowers, like all this stuff that people were like told. Okay, this is such an interesting comparison with AI. It was like people were told, this is how you order flowers. This is how you do it fast and quickly. And it's like takes so much money from small businesses, and it really is harmful. And then these 3 guys, to my knowledge, apologies if this story is wrong, it's how I remember it from years ago. These 3 guys won the lottery and used the money to start a new, more fair flower website for small businesses.
What is it called?
Bloom Nation.
Wow.
And it's what my shop used. And I was like, oh, it sometimes just takes people who are really smart or have the funds, who are willing to do it, who see like something harmful and unfair to really hardworking people who are just trying to like work or like make a living or something, and sees that and creates something that like bypasses tech bros. And it just comes down to them being willing to like not make money and like not and like sacrifice their greed. And it is possible. And I do feel like I have to believe that someone's going to do that. Like someone's going to find a way to do that.
Yeah, Kel believes in trickle-down economy.
No, anyway, is that what that is? Is that what I just said?
That was very beautiful. You keep saying things that are very beautiful. And
you're
really
very
good.
sweet, and I'm being an asshole.
No, I'm just scared of the world.
Yeah, as you should be.
I say it's like a morbid positivity. Like I'm so scared.
I do.
Wow.
I like that. I like
Morbid
that term.
positivity.
Morbid positivity. That's good.
I love that. We'll keep that in here for a second.
Okay, speaking of being an asshole, though.
Speaking of being an asshole. Speaking of asshole. Do you know the next segment?
I do.
Okay, great. Our next segment is called Grasshole of the Week. This is the segment of the show where we pick one person who needs to log off the most. By nature of the show, we do like weekly and all this stuff. And sometimes we get multiple, like some weeks are a little slower, some weeks are whatever. And some weeks like we have like 5 or 6 people who could be nominees. And this story, I feel like can provide a lesson for us all. It's a few weeks old, but I feel like it's a really strong and powerful one. I think this is in conversation with our former Grasshole we had, which was the owner of Kiss Cafe in San Francisco, that asshole owner who owned the restaurant and didn't like the influencer and made her feel bad because she didn't have enough followers.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yes.
And then, or you say, I don't want to.
Well, you say it. He quit and.
I was gonna say, was that the story where his daughter came on and was like, I don't support him, and like, I'm sorry, that gave me goosebumps just now. Actually, that was, I literally have goosebumps, whole body goosebumps.
Yeah, so that was a side where we're pro influencer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This one, I don't know.
Interesting.
What I
don't know. I also was thinking, what makes a good local food critic, right? Because I'm pretty divided on food influencers. Like, if I don't think you need a special degree or to have a New York Times credential to like make a food, like, try this new restaurant. It's in this location. This is how much it costs. This is what the food looks like. Like, I don't necessarily think that has to be qualified people or anything. But I feel like with now that like being an influencer and a creator has become more of a career, I feel like people are doing a little bit too much. So our Grasshole today is Aurora Griffo, and she regularly reviews food on her TikTok account, Glamorama. And she's based, I think, in Arizona. And she...
Dark-sided
already.
Dark-sided to be based in Arizona.
already shit's getting crazy. So she went to this French bakery, JL Patisserie. So we'll watch the first thing and I want to hear your reactions to this video.
I'm so nervous.
Okay.
People, I do not mind spending $10 on a pastry if they are really good, but you cannot use fake ass ingredients. That pistachio color is about as natural as my boobs, ass, and waistline. The coffee was super sour and acidic, but I prefer a creamy chocolatey espresso. $5 for a canali. I didn't even pay that in Santro fucking paid, but that's the price next to the Phoenix airport. Okay. I was also super disappointed in the quiche. I prefer a quiche with a thick, rich, buttery crust. This had a paper thin crust. If I wanted to ingest this much eggs, I would have eaten an omelet. I absolutely loved the pumpkin pie croissant, but everything was a little on the sweet and rich side, which some people love. Personally, I like my sweets a little less sweet, so I'd rather get treated like shit and go to Paris again. Now, with all of that being said, I think if you stay away from the expensive ingredients like these nuts.
Okay. That was what we saw. And again, it's a little altered because the video got deleted because of the events of what happened. But let's get impressions just on what y'all watched.
So rude.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like it's hard to say if the review is accurate because I'm not tasting the pastries, but I will say that I got hungry looking at the pastries.
The pastries looked good.
I'm kind of hungry now.
I'm hungry. Yeah. We talked about pizza earlier.
I think just that speed talk of like the food influencer, like talking really fast, like saying a bunch of negative things. I'm like, it is like hard when it's like, imagine how long people took to make that to just like immediately dismiss it. Like it
sounds so sweet.
Well, it reminds me of like something that bothers me, which is I think taste is like everyone should have their own taste and have opinions on what they like and what they don't like. But we're in such a time of people saying a declarative good or bad and like not acknowledging subjectivity. And I'm pulling that from my frustrations with comedy. Like, I feel like so many people are like, this isn't funny, this is bad. When it's like, you could just say like, you didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then, which case, just leave. But anyways, but with this, I'm like,
defense, Matt Rife.
I know. But then I'm like, with that, I'm like, she was like half saying it wasn't for me and then half dunking on it in a way that was just like, I don't know, I thought was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
I feel like what this does to me too is that like a lot of people think being mean is being funny and they have to come up with these little quips. And also like, yeah, like they know that big personalities do well online. So they try to mimic things that like big personalities say. Like, this is as fake as my ass and titties. Like, okay, girl. Like, it's a fucking
And her trying to like make a funny video could like seriously impact a business. Whereas like the one we talked about where the guy was really rude, like that's an element of someone being like, this actually has nothing to do with the food. I was just like treated really poorly.
Yeah.
And like that is worth noting, but you just not liking the food isn't worth like potentially like it reminds me of Yelp, how business, another thing I learned.
I fucking hate Yelp.
Well, another thing I learned from the flower shop was like businesses can't opt in. Like they're just automatically enrolled in Yelp.
Yeah.
And you can't get control of like the
Yeah.
rankings unless you pay for their ads and shit.
So if someone just like doesn't like it, and seriously, it's the same thing with like, I also did so much delivery driving. And like when you can't just like passively be like, I didn't like the song that's playing in the car, I'm going to give him a 1 star. It's like you could make that person lose their job by doing that.
Yeah.
And so stuff like this is just so irresponsible, and it's like so tied to me of just our lack of connection. So anyways,
Yeah.
connection and empathy.
And put that on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Well, the bakery clapped back in a video that now has 70 million views.
70 million?
70 million views.
Full goosebumps again. Full body goosebumps.
Let's watch the clap back.
Oh my God. I have so many goosebumps.
So we recently had an influencer reach out to us and asked to do a collaboration. And we respectfully declined because it was not in our budget right now. Then she essentially tried to blackmail us by saying if we offered the food for free, she would then write a good review about us. I told her we'd think about it, but she still came in the next day. And although we hadn't agreed to collab with her, we recognized her when she came in, and we still were very accommodating and offered her extra drinks. So we totally respect a bad review. But what we don't like is lying and bullying. The first thing she said was that our pistachio was so fit. Fun fact. We have right here our pistachio paste that is 100% pistachios from Italy. All of our flours that we use in our product, the farine de blé, épeautre, gruyère rouge, all comes on a pallet from Europe. And also, this is our panettone flour, straight from Italy. It's written entirely in Italian. Not bad for close to the airport bakery. Beyond the fact that we spend 10 times the amount of money to buy the ingredients, the most valuable part of our product is the time we spend to make them. From our sourdough starter to our dough, every single thing is handmade from scratch.
To make this, we spent 6 months to learn it, how to feed it, know how to work with it.
And it only likes the flour from Italy. And this isn't just about me. This specific influencer has gone to many different local restaurants and bullied them. The problem is if the next generation is influenced by her to believe it's okay to bully and disrespect the food industry. We like working with influencers, but acting like the working class is beneath you and promoting this kind of message on social media and bribing us for free stuff is not really something we support. My biggest pride in what I've built here isn't just how I source my ingredients, but it's having found the people to be in my team that wake up every day and that care about what we do, our processes, and that work really, really hard to do this. And most of all, thank you to our customers, sincerely, because it's thanks to you that since day one, I get to live my dream of having a bakery. And thanks to your support, I've been able to continue to be as true to my art.
Oh my God.
Full goosebumps. Even my goosebumps have goosebumps.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Thoughts?
I mean, you could not have run afoul of a funnier person than to have like a genuinely French baker to be like, and the patisserie. And then I was like the amount of just like immediate cred that woman has as soon as you hear her speaking.
I know immediately the difference in tone.
And like if you're listening, the video is of this woman in what looks like a production facility because that bakery has 3 locations. So I feel like they have a big production facility and it's just this big warehouse where they're baking all this shit from scratch.
Yeah.
I will also say that not to like carp on it or whatever, and this is just fat person detailing, but like the Dubai chocolate really like popped off in America, and like a lot of people expect like pistachio paste to be a certain way, like, which is that thicker, like Nutella-like consistency. And what this girl saw like a lime green custardy thing, you know, and said like, this is fake pistachio because she was probably expecting that.
Yeah.
But what the woman showed was like, it's kind of a more custardy pistachio filling that you do see in authentic bakeries in Italy, but like, you would have to know that to like, so whatever.
Well, that's the thing with like, I definitely like agree with what you said of like, someone doesn't have to have crazy credentials to go review food, but we are in a time of like people who don't know anything about food going out and speaking on it in a way that like this video shows a perfect example. But something I love so much about the clap back is like, it feels like standing up to a bully, which like I think is why it's got 70 million views. It's
70
like,
million.
and like honestly with what you said too about the like that meanness is funny or cool or something, that's actually, if I could do one little small self promo here, is my show that I did here for the fest last night that I hope to like really work on and tour around next year is called Tell Cripe to Stand Up Confidently. And but so much of the theme of what I'm trying to express is this idea that like kindness is cool.
Yeah.
And
so cute.
But like
I'm falling in love with Kel. Like, you're so sweet.
But really, like, it makes like so many people tell me what I'm doing on stage is like different, or who I am online is like different, and it's just because I'm trying to like preserve my like authentic earnestness, and to people in a time of meanness, callousness, detachment, irony, cringe, it comes off as different, but it's like what we all have before we started getting the fear of being cool. And the coolest people I know are the nicest people I know. The people that when you're at a party, they ask you questions and make you feel like seen. And like, I get so sad at like, honestly, in my show last night, it was funny. I got a moment of fear on stage when I'm kind of giving this sincere speech about what like confidence means to me and what true confidence is and how I learned it. And I kind of started panicking and I was like, sorry, I know New York doesn't like earnesty. And this person in the front row was like, I'm a true New Yorker, been like lived here my whole life. I love this. And they go, I don't know about these transplants, but like we love this. And the person next to her was like, yeah, I'm from Queens, born and raised, like keep talking. And it felt like that feeling of that woman, like kind of like defending what she does, where it's like standing up to the bully. And I just feel like we're in such a time within all the way from politics, technology, everything, like internet cruelty, everything, to be like, we have to band together and be like, being mean and hateful to each other is not cool. And just because it's rampant doesn't mean it's the norm. It doesn't mean it's inevitable. We do have power, and you can make a clap back to a food reviewer. And stand up for your work, stand up for your employees, stand up for your dream. And that's what I believe in. And that's what I talk about on my stand-up show, coming to a city near you. Maybe.
Yeah, no, it will. And also, like, I just want to correct the record. New Yorkers do not like earnestness. I feel like people do like that, and authentically being you.
Yeah.
I feel like New Yorkers don't like fake desperation. Like, if someone's like, it's not even like wanting it and be driven, because that's different, but like a fake person who says they're going to hang out with you and doesn't, and all that LA behavior, like that shit doesn't work. But like being honest and being real and straightforward, like that's the kind of shit that people, and honestly, like, you know, I know that you're trying to work on your confidence or whatever, but like that shows true confidence and true vulnerability and true strength, is to be like, I'm going to be here and I'm going to be real, even if it's not cool, even if no one else is doing it, and I don't give a fuck. That is the most brave thing you can do than being like, shut up, I'm cool. Everyone's saying that they hate this group of people. I'm going to do it too. And like use this slur. Like all these lame people.
Well, Austin. I feel like I also feel like for the people at your show to be like, well, we're native New Yorkers and that's not how we feel. You know, I'm not a native New Yorker, but we've both lived here for over 13 years at this point. And it's like, New York does not function if people are not working together and like having a baseline respect for each other and like being chill with each other. And I think it is more of that like transplant thing to, you know, be more status obsessed or whatever, because they're coming from another place where they don't like totally understand.
They come from a suburb where people
you can live in.
You get everything delivered. You're not in your community.
You can be totally insulated, and they bring that attitude when it's like, no, a real like dyed-in-the-wool New Yorker who knows is like, you have to be aware of other people. You have to be thinking about other people. You have to step to the side so people can get off the train. You have to help the lady bring her stroller down the stairs. Like, the city doesn't work if people have that mentality.
And what I will say within why I think New York and LA are both great cities is that, well, in LA, like, to be a little #real too, is like, we had the start of the year with the fires. And I watched so many people come together, like volunteering at places. I'm actually doing something with LA Rises in a couple weeks. Shout out LA Rises. To like that community showed up for each other in a way. And I know so much of the like influencer trope of LA is so like that, kind of even like that first video. But my buddy Rishi, we talk all the time about like the true home of like independent filmmaking and collaboration, where I feel so grateful that the friends I've made in LA have been so caring and supportive and just desire to make good work. And I know that's not the norm, but it's like how I've so fortunately experienced my time there. And I think in the same way, my fear of like, no one wants to be Ernest in New York is people are like, no, that's not true. Like that's actually like very, like we very much appreciate authenticity. And I think it just is everywhere. And it's just always that the most annoying people are the loudest.
And also any city where people move there for something, you're going to have these like kind of like social climby people who like they want to know what you can do for them. And like you see that in New York, you see that in LA, like maybe different flavors of the same thing. But it's like, yeah, the people who give LA the like fake reputation are probably also people who are not actually from LA who moved there because they wanted to get famous, and all they're doing is looking around and being like, are you going to help me get famous? No, then I don't need to talk to you. I'm going to cut you in line. I'm going to deal with it, this, that, and the other thing.
You say cut me in line because I got enough fights. I got in some fights in LA because I'm like, oh, I know we're not cutting in line. And these
no cuts, no butts, no coconuts.
Yeah. So I don't even, okay. No. And I'm like, I can't endorse that.
I know no cuts, no butts, no coconuts.
Do you know no heard of that?
You've never heard no cuts, no butts, no coconuts?
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of that.
I would use it in elementary school in the cafeteria line.
Yeah, you gotta, if somebody cuts you, Millie, next time,
no cuts,
throw out a no cuts, no butts, no coconuts.
Excuse me.
Oh, are we cutting now? It's a little bit more scary.
If
I'm ever with you, I'll go behind and I'll go, and one more thing.
Yeah.
No cuts, no butts, no coconuts.
Well,
now scram.
No, scram. And then they'll be real shook.
Yeah. I grew up in LA. I lived in LA till I was 12, so I'm like, I wonder if no cuts, no butts, no coconuts is a California kid thing.
Because I say cheese bus and know it for the yellow school buses, and I think that's a South Florida thing. I don't know. Whoa. But then some people say cheese bus. I will just say too, you're gonna attract and bring in that energy that you give out. So anywhere you go, you're gonna have that supportive group of people who care because you do. So just want to say that to wrap this up, guys. So Glamorama freaked out. She first posted the girl posted like a thing of like, finally someone has the balls to call me out, and then people like clap back at her. And then Keith Lee jumped into the cat.
Not Keith Lee.
And we all know Keith Lee has like 17 million followers. And he went to the bakery and he gave it a 10 out of 10.
Wow.
And then
Goosebumps again.
I know.
Yeah.
I got chills. I was like, not Keith. They summoned Keith Lee.
So Keith Lee comes in. This girl posts a bunch of shit, unpost it, like a bunch of apologies, unpost it. It gets a little chaotic. So what we're going to do is we're going to see one more video before we wrap up where we see one of these like mom journalist TikTok accounts that recap like influencer drama. And she's going to recap like basically everything that happened since that video came out.
Okay.
And then we'll comment on it and then wrap it up.
Incredible. Wow. Keith Lee.
I do feel like I was like an early Keith Lee viewer.
I could see that you like his authenticity.
Yeah, I was like, I feel like he has a similar vibe to what you are, what you're espousing.
Me and Keith Lee are one and the same.
Yeah.
So, and this is at Thrifting Mom of One.
Thrifting Mom of One, shout out.
Keith Lee is now calling out this influencer that left a bad review about this bakery because they did not comp her food. But also, no one is talking about the first apology that this influencer posted that was absolutely not apology at all. I've only been able to find one creator that has been able to get screenshots of this first apology, and I will tag him below. But this apology, in quotations apology, sounds a lot more like her than the second one did. So this is the apology that she originally posted and the one that is still up. But this is the one that came from the heart. You want it. This will be my last video. I'm done creating Reels and TikToks for good. I opted to promote a business for free if it was good. Many content creators charge up to $4K. I do for free so I can do an honest review. Keep in mind this creator had less than 15,000 followers. If it's great, I post it with softer words. When I don't like something, for example, I didn't love this item versus it tastes like crap. Still honest, just nicer. And if it's terrible, I get the feedback privately and don't post for the hospitality instead of blasting a business that invited me into their place. I went to JL and paid full price for my pastries and did not say who I was or ask for anything. I even had a hook I thought for a positive review when we arrived because I thought it was going to be great. I didn't care that they didn't want to collab. Most businesses don't, and that's fine. I know I'm
controversial. I have thousands of DMs threatening violence against me and my family. If you stop to think for just a moment, maybe you will see the bigger picture here. A mob came after me. People hate influencers, and using words like blackmail and bullying can invoke rape. There was absolutely no blackmail or bullying if you read the actual messages. I did tell them to turn down the music. I couldn't understand the man with the French accent, but I didn't want to make him feel bad, so I asked if he could repeat himself because the music was too loud. Because I did an unfiltered review. I sent messages to Jenna showing her the bullying, and she read it and did nothing. Just thanked everyone for their support. I spent thousands eating crappy meals. Influencers told me were amazing so they can make their 1 to 4K. That's why I started doing this. I've been offered so much money and have always turned it down because I wanted to do authentic, entertaining, and honest reviews. Promoting a business is work. 2 hours to get ready, 1 hour driving, 2 hours there, 2 hours editing, 7 hours of work I was happy to do for free because I am a small creator, so I wasn't able to monetize on TikTok. I never went after a small business when I had a crap meal. I wouldn't post it because I knew it could hurt them. I only left negative reviews on big businesses that I knew wouldn't actually be affected, and my hope was that they would do better. But the trolls win. This is not worth my life or my peace. I'm leaving AZ. Thank you to everyone who supported me and was kind enough to message me during the difficult time. You will never know how much it meant to me.
But Keith Lee is also now entered your chat, so we will cover this in the next part.
Wow. Run out of Arizona.
Yeah.
Too mean for Arizona.
Yeah.
Run out of Arizona and deleted her TikTok.
Wow.
The TikTok is deleted.
I feel like I want to also apologize on her behalf as a creator, where I'm like, yes, I'll be like, oh my God, I hate posting my reels, and not all the time, but sometimes I'm like, oh, it feels like work. As someone that's worked service industry jobs my entire life since I was 16, multiple jobs at once, where I'm mopping till 3 a.m. and being treated like shit. Sorry, I literally paused because I didn't know if I should say crap or shit.
You
and then
can say shit.
I went with shit.
Thrifting mom of one.
Thrifting mom of one has different standards.
Yeah, every time I said shit on the thing on the apology, she said crap.
I know I'm crap, but as someone that
unless you're a thrifting mom of one, I don't. You can say shit. Yeah,
but the way I'm knowing how hard people are, most people in the world are working. If you ever, as a creator, complain about having to spend 7 hours of work, where you ate food, and I'm not denying that it's hard work.
It is, yeah.
It's hard work. I do that, but at the same time, I feel like my whole context of what work was for me growing up was such physical labor.
Yeah.
That I'm always going to be grateful that even if I'm tired, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I can I can go to a coffee shop and work. I'm not being so rudely treated by someone. Everything has its pros and cons, but I just feel when creators kind of flip and they're like, what I do is so hard.
Yeah.
It's you're kind of being tone deaf, I feel like.
Well, that was our Grasshole last week, was this University of Miami influencer who was like, micro influencers don't get enough credit.
Mm-hmm. And it's I'll always, if someone is coming at influencers super hard and being they don't do anything, I'll be well, they do stuff, they work, but it's always going to ring hollow for it to come from the influencer themselves to be
that's what
did
it is.
7 hours of work. And it's okay, some people work for 9 hours in a factory.
Yeah.
And Amazon employees aren't allowed to use the restroom.
Yeah, that's where
that's
where I'm oh, I'm absolutely privately all the time crying, complaining to my girlfriend about being exhausted in my show promotion for a month. I'm I just want to be a human, and I hate begging every day.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I wouldn't go online publicly, especially if... But it's hard because at the same time, as someone who's experienced such hatred online, it's so overwhelming and it feels so suffocating and inescapable. So I'm whenever someone tells me they're getting threats and things like that, I'm I would never deny that the internet can create the scariest reaction place. But I wouldn't, I don't know. I think it's your apology probably would have even read stronger if you didn't try to claim what you were doing was noble.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's well, I did it for free. And it's well, you also offered to go there. You put yourself in this situation. And then it is also again, I don't think that anyone should threaten anyone.
Yeah.
At all.
We're an anti-murder podcast.
We're an anti-murder podcast. And we say that.
We said that.
We've said that. And we'll continue to say that. But it is she had a very nasty tone in the first video, and it's a nasty tone begets a nasty tone. That's what's kind of
you exactly. If you're gonna be a rude, if you're gonna be a bitch, stand in it and say whatever. The haters are gonna be my waiters in the future.
Exactly.
Or don't say shit and pop off. That's exactly what I say to LA people. I'm if you want to cut me in line, cut me in line. But I'm going to say some shit and we're going to make this line very uncomfortable. Because if you want to be funny, I'll get hilarious. And that's the same thing. But it's you know what? Sometimes too, we have canon events that get our life on the right path It could be a breakup, like Felicity who traveled to New York for a guy or whatever. I could be wrong. Gen X, don't come for me. But maybe this viral thing is the thing. Like, the universe was trying to tell Glamorama, get out of Arizona.
Yeah.
And she wasn't taking the sign. She was getting tarot readings. She was getting all this stuff. And she was not picking up on it until, boom.
Keith Lee
And JL Patisserie. First of all, also, to be like, this place is fake, and then be like, I couldn't understand the French baker's accent.
That's such a good point.
You got cut.
That's
but
so
I'm just
funny.
saying, maybe the universe was like, you're not listening. You need to get out of Arizona.
If you don't listen to your tarot cards, Keith Lee is going to come for you.
That is, and look, that's scary to a lot of people.
That's a beautiful lesson.
That's a beautiful lesson. And with that, I say for the crime of going to an authentic French bakery outside of the Phoenix airport. I almost said University of Phoenix. And lying on them. I'm going to say Aurora Griffo, a.k.a. Glamorama. They're the TikTok account formerly known as Glamorama. Go touch grass.
Wow. That's our
Such
episode.
a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Where can we find you?
I am Kel Cripe on Instagram.
Yeah.
Really good impressions, if you recall, on TikTok. I just started a YouTube, Kel_Cripe.
Wow.
And then, I do a lot of comedy. Like, kind of like you said, it's a mix of stand-up, sketch, characters, all that stuff.
You'll do anything that pays. We get it.
I'll do anything, And I'm going around cities and stuff. Oh, and I got an awesome sketch group, Bay Motel. We're doing some fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, keep an eye out for Kel in your
Kel.
city's Grass Nation. Get in those comments.
Get in those
Don't scram.
the good comments.
Don't
scram. No,
come.
Come.
Stay. Don't scram.
Come.
Come
Get
to
over
me.
here. That's a Mortal Kombat. Where can people find this podcast?
You guys can find this podcast at Go Touch Grass Pod on everything, and you can find me at Pandalise on Instagram and Elise Navidad on TikTok.
And you can follow me at Millie_Tamares on TikTok and Instagram, and at Millie Tamares on Twitter. And until next time,
Go touch grass. Beautiful. Excellent. That was so fun. You're such a great guest.
Go Touch Grass is created and hosted by Elise Morales and Millie Tamares.
Recording and sound production by My Friend's Basement Studio, and our theme song is by Doug Wydick.